Company admits they violated BTS's rights. BigHit was supposed to drop Suga, but they decided to sign a contract with him anyway. What's next for Jimin and Jungkook? Idol sentenced for evading military service. HYBE idol had to apologize for preposterous reason. And more BTS news. The management of the camp, a widely used application designed for sending supportive messages to military personnel, has acknowledged breaching certain rights and implemented corrective actions, including the removal of features associated with BTS. In a statement made available on their official notice board on January 16th, the camp disclosed that they had unintentionally violated the rights of a specific company due to oversight in their camp management. They confirmed that immediate remedial steps had been undertaken. Moreover, the camp announced their compliance with a directive from BigHit Music to cease the operations of all camps linked to BigHit artists. As a result, any camps established by users under the names of BigHit artists will be deactivated as of March 9th. The camp emphasized their commitment to legal accountability should they inappropriately use the names of BigHit music artists in the future without authorization. Earlier, on January 9th, HYBE released an official statement addressing the breach of publicity rights. The statement disclosed that the previous month, they had submitted evidence to the camp's operator regarding the unauthorized use of BTS's name and image without consent from BTS and their agency. HYBE also expressed their determination to strengthen agency-level monitoring and take firm measures against any commercial exploitation of publicity rights, which represent substantial investments of time and resources by both the artists and the company. Significantly, the camp had not only established individual community spaces for each BTS member, but also engaged in selling dolls under the members' real names via their commercial platform. Following these unlicensed uses of BTS's intellectual property, including their images and names, HYBE directly approached the issue with a content certification, leading to swift corrective action by the operator. A user of the internet voiced their outrage, stating they were appalled by the camp's actions, criticizing the platform for deviating from its core purpose of connecting soldiers with their families and instead treating it like an entertainment app. They condemned the exploitation of authors' hard work for profit, particularly when these individuals are serving mandatory military duty. They supported HYBE's stance and speculated whether the camp had previously engaged in similar actions with other celebrities, unbeknownst to the public. V from BTS continues to make remarkable strides in his military service. On January 16th, V, along with RM, were recognized as two of the 6 elite trainees among 200 participants in the 27th Recruit Training Regiment. They were commended for their exceptional performance throughout the 5-week training. V's physical appearance showed noticeable changes compared to last month, reflecting his stated objective to increase his weight from 61 kg, 134 kilograms, to 85 kg, 187 HYBE during his military tenure. Their military journey commenced on December 11, 2023, with the commencement of their basic military training before they moved to their respective units. Fans expressed immense pride in their achievements. The criteria for being selected as an elite trainee at the Nonsan Training Center are quite stringent, encompassing completing over 86 curl-ups in 2 minutes, doing more than 72 push-ups in 2 minutes, running 1.5 kilometers in under 5 minutes and 28 seconds, running 3 kilometers in less than 12 minutes and 30 seconds, achieving 0-point shooting with 16 out of 20 shots. Before his enlistment, V gained attention for being among the few K-pop idols who applied for and were accepted into the Special Duty Team, a prestigious counterterrorism unit known for its intense training. However, prior to his transition to the Special Forces, V is scheduled to undergo an additional 3 weeks of training at the Army General Administration School from January 18 to February 8th. During the award ceremony, V maintained a composed demeanor, which shifted to a joyful smile upon being joined by his parents for the award presentation. The graduation ceremony garnered significant attention on social media, with many videos and pictures shared by the families of other trainees. Jimin recently reached out to his fans with a letter from his military service. The letter, shared on Weverse on January 17th, provided an update on his military experience. In it, Jimin expressed his thoughts, saying he was curious about how the army was doing and wished for their good health. He mentioned that the following day would mark the completion of his basic training, acknowledging that although he has been in the military for about a month, some days felt longer than others. However, having Jungkook with him made the experience more bearable. He confessed to missing the fans immensely, despite not being away for very long. Jimin also mentioned that he and the other BTS members were keeping in regular contact, using the public telephone. He praised Jungkook for doing exceptionally well in the military, to the extent that others were impressed. Jimin shared that Jungkook's presence was a significant source of strength for him, and that he relied on the youngest member a lot. Looking forward, Jimin stated he would soon be assigned to his unit, and promised to do his best. He urged armies to take care of themselves, avoid illness, eat well, and maintain positive thoughts. He concluded by expressing his love for the fans and promising to write again once he was assigned to his unit. Jimin and Jungkook are anticipated to complete their military service and be discharged on June 11, 2025. The recent trend in K-dramas of creatively incorporating K-pop elements was notably evident in the popular series Marry My Husband. This drama revolves around the character Kang Ji-won, portrayed by Park Min-young, who endures a challenging life with a difficult husband and mother-in-law, and her situation worsens upon receiving a cancer diagnosis. In an unexpected twist, she finds herself transported 10 years into the past, determined to alter her life with the assistance of Yoo Ji-hyuk, played by Nayeon Woo. In what seems to have become a necessity for top-tier K-dramas, a cameo appearance by a leading K-pop group is featured, and in this case, it's none other than BTS. A particularly memorable moment occurred in a recent episode, where Park Min-young's character was found on a rooftop listening to music. Viewers were taken aback to recognize the music as BTS's debut track, No More Dream. The scene intensifies when Na In-woo's character enters, startling Park Min-young's character, causing her to step back. In a narrative twist, the show's timeline is set back to July 2013, coinciding with BTS's debut period. However, Park Min-young's character inadvertently reveals her time travel by expressing a wish to listen to BTS's 2020 hit Dynamite, a song not yet released in that time frame. Na In-woo's character also hints at his own journey through time by expressing a preference for BTS's 2017 song, Spring Day, leading to the realization that they both had traveled back in time. The inclusion of this unexpected BTS cameo in the K-drama caused quite a stir among netizens when the clip was shared online. The fusion of a popular K-drama with a renowned K-pop group proved to be a successful formula, with ARMYs particularly appreciating the detailed integration of BTS in the storyline. In the latest episode of HYBE, Min Yoongi disclosed a surprising detail about his early career. The episode, aired on January 15, 2024, featured Jung Young-hwa, who is a close friend of Yoongi. During their deep conversation, Yoongi revealed that he was immediately offered a contract by BigHit Entertainment, now HYBE, after only the first round of his audition in 2010. At the time, BigHit Entertainment intended to select only the top performer from the audition. However, Suga, who finished second, greatly impressed the BigHit executives with his rap skills, leading them to offer him a position as both a music producer and a trainee. This aspect of Suga's audition story was previously unknown to the BTS ARMY, who took to social media to praise the rapper-songwriter for his exceptional talent that has contributed significantly to his success. The release of this episode of HYBE, hosted by Min Yoongi, sparked excitement among fans. In an online forum, a netizen, who auditioned alongside Suga in 2010, shared his experience. As translated by a Twitter user, he mentioned that Yoongi's rapping and songwriting skills were already outstanding during the audition, despite him coming in second. Over time, he continued to support and pray for Yoongi's success, especially after listening to his first solo album, D-Day. During the episode, Jung Young-hwa, who was promoting his solo album One Fine Day in 2015 alongside BTS's promotion of The Most Beautiful Moment in Life Part 1, mentioned that younger artists rarely express their struggles with their agency. He realized back then that BTS was destined for immense success. In this context, Yoongi shared his story from his first audition for BigHit. The revelation about Yoongi's early selection by BigHit Entertainment took many fans by surprise, as evidenced by their reactions on Twitter. Fortunately, episode 25 of HYBE provided an opportunity for Suga to reminisce and share this previously unknown detail with his friend and colleague Jung Young-hwa. On January 15, 2024, BigHit Music announced on Weverse that BTS members Jungkook, Jimin, RM, and V are set to complete their basic military training and will soon begin their active military duties. This update sparked curiosity among fans about the specific roles and whether Jungkook and Jimin would be serving together. A Twitter user reported that Jungkook and Jimin have been officially deployed to the 5th Division of the Republic of Korea Armed Forces. However, the exact brigade to which the idols are assigned remains undisclosed. Consequently, the BTS army approached this news cautiously, expressing on social media their intention to wait for more concrete information. According to the same online source, recruits who complete their training at the 5th Division's boot camp are typically assigned to the same division. Recruits are informed about their deployment location after 5 weeks of training. During this time, new recruits are grouped with troops, a system that remains in place until their discharge. Soldiers with selection authority visit the boot camp in the 2nd week to choose recruits for various roles, such as General Outpost, Coast Guard, Search Party Troops, and Teaching Assistant. This process involves interviewing potential candidates. BTS member Jin, for instance, was selected to serve as an assistant. The assignment of trainees to specific units is determined through a computerized raffle, observed by their families, to ensure fairness and transparency. This random selection procedure aims to prevent any pre-operation bias. The final unit assignment is announced at the end of the 5th week of training. After this period, recruits' specializations are categorized based on their individual abilities and academic background. The buddy system, under which Jimin and Jungkook enlisted, allows recruits to serve in the same division but may involve different daily tasks. For example, one recruit might be assigned to kitchen duties while their buddy could be tasked with cleaning. Therefore, even though Jungkook and Jimin are reported to be deployed to the 5th Division, their specific duties might differ. The buddy system in the military enables recruits to enlist with a friend or family member and to wear each other's dog tags. This system is designed to reduce mental and psychological stress during service and offers other benefits. The BTS army expressed relief upon hearing that the idols had successfully completed their initial training phase, as confirmed by BigHit Music. Fans took to Twitter to share their thoughts and discussions about Jungkook and Jimin's deployment to the 5th Division, where Jin currently holds the rank of sergeant. Jungkook unveiled a promotional sketch for Standing Next to You on January 13, 2024. This latest video features him performing several tracks from his album Golden, including its namesake song. The video was released on the official YouTube channel of HYBE labels Bangtan TV. Fans expressed excitement over this new release, which offers a glimpse into Jungkook's journey as a solo artist and his evolution in the industry. In a lighthearted moment in the video, the 26-year-old singer makes a playful pun in Korean with his single 3D, written as esiridi, which phonetically resembles the Korean phrase for feeling sick or stomach ache. This joke elicited laughter from his crew and staff, and fans humorously commented on social media, praising Jin for his influence on Jungkook's sense of humor. The video also showcases other songs from his Golden album, such as Shot Glass Full of Tears, Hate You, and 3D with Jack Harlow. These rehearsals are part of his preparation for upcoming performances in the United States, including appearances at Times Square, on iHeartRadio, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, and The Today Show. The video emphasizes the collective effort between Jungkook and his team to ensure an enjoyable experience for fans during these events. It includes creative evaluations of each phase before finalization, covering his performance at the TSX stage at Times Square and backstage moments. Additionally, behind-the-scenes footage offers a look into the camaraderie and atmosphere of the shows, interviews, and general interactions as Jungkook engages with his fans. This 20-minute film provides an insight into Jungkook's rehearsal for his choreography, recording sessions for live renditions, and other on-set experiences. Standing Next to You is the 3rd official solo single from his first solo studio album, Golden. ARMYs were thrilled with HYBE's release of this behind-the-scenes video, especially since Jungkook is currently fulfilling his military service. They shared their favorite moments from the video on X and expressed their admiration for the youngest member of BTS. The video not only showcases Jungkook's playful side, but also highlights his enjoyment at every stage of the process, from engaging in lighthearted conversations during rehearsals to gracefully performing a final dance. Whether it's recorded performances for virtual reality or live shows, Jungkook brings his creative energy to every aspect. This promotional sketch allows fans to delve deeply into the entire process behind his debut solo album, Golden. A 32-year-old member of an idol group, identified as Mr. On, has been given a 1-year prison sentence, suspended for 2 years, and ordered to complete 80 hours of community service for attempting to evade military service. This judgment was delivered by the Seoul Northern District Court's Criminal Division 9 on January 17th, based on charges of violating the Military Service Act. The court took several factors into consideration for this sentence. It noted Mr. On's admission of his actions, the fact that this was his first offense, and his promise to fulfill his military service in the future. Mr. On had initially been classified as fit for Class 1 and 2 active duty service in 2011 and 2017. However, accusations arose of him trying to avoid military duties while he was a member of an idol group. In May 2020, he acquired a diagnosis of intellectual disability and submitted it to the Military Manpower Administration. This diagnosis followed his treatment at a hospital in Seoul for about 7 months, starting in October 2019. Reports indicate that during this period, Mr. On exaggerated or misrepresented his responses in comprehensive psychological evaluations, simulating psychological problems or cognitive impairments. He claimed to the doctor that he was suffering from severe depression, suicidal thoughts, unexplained heart palpitations, and breathing difficulties. The medical evaluations led to Mr. On receiving a certificate from the hospital, stating he had a mild intellectual disability. This certification reclassified him as eligible for conscription as a Level 4 social welfare worker. The certificate also advised a minimum of 1 year of psychiatric observation and drug treatment. Minji, a member of NewJeans, recently addressed the NewJeans fan community with an apology regarding a recent controversy. On January 16th, Minji expressed remorse for her conduct during a live interaction with the group's fandom, known as the Bunnies. She apologized to the Bunnies, recognizing that her behavior during the live session had caused discomfort among viewers. Minji explained that her intention was to communicate in a natural and comfortable manner, but this inadvertently led to confusion and hurt feelings. Minji also referred to an incident from January 2023, where she appeared on webtoon artist Lee Mal-neon's YouTube channel and mentioned her unfamiliarity with kalguksu, a popular Korean noodle dish. At that time, she mentioned being a picky eater and having never tried kalguksu, which led to criticism and suggestions that she was feigning ignorance to maintain her idol image. In her apology, Minji clarified that she was speaking to herself during the incident, pondering the taste and ingredients of kalguksu, without realizing the misunderstandings and controversy it would cause. She expressed regret for disappointing fans with her immature behavior, and stated that she had taken time to reflect deeply on her words and actions. Minji concluded her statement with a commitment to being more cautious and considerate in the future, promising not to repeat similar mistakes. Despite her apology, the online community continued to discuss the extent of the criticism directed at her, with some supporters defending her actions and calling for an end to excessive criticism. Minji expressed gratitude for the interest and love shown to her since her debut and apologized for causing discomfort with her tone and attitude during the live interaction on January 2nd. She acknowledged that her comments about not knowing kalguksu had led to misunderstandings and controversies, including comments about her relationship with other members and various misinterpretations. She explained her frustration, led to her clarification, and also conveyed her deep reflections about the responsibility associated with her words. Minji assured that she had learned a lot from this experience and reiterated her apology to the Bunnies who felt uncomfortable or embarrassed during the live performance.